and I had gone online and I was looking for, retirement advice. Man, was that ever depressing. All the channels that I listened to, it was all just basically what to do with all your money when you retire, your 401k and your stocks and your pension and, that kind of thing. There was no like, I felt like I was listening to a foreign language. It was just like nothing, I even understood or, had anything to do with my situation. So, hi guys, Dawn the unretired carnivore here. I wasn't going to make a video tonight because I am so sick. I did it to myself. I totally jinxed myself. A couple videos back, I was bragging about how everybody around me sick. My hubby was sick. Everybody at work was sick. My grandkids were sick. Even my poor little kitty cat Jazzy Jazz is sick. Everybody's got this, I don't know what it is. If it's a head cold, it's not the C word, but it's pretty bad. Everybody that's had it is like really sick, but not me. I wasn't sick. It's just like it was just bouncing right off of me. Well, let me tell you, it hit me like a ton of bricks this afternoon. I was feeling good this morning. I went to work. I picked up my grandson after work. We came home, and we usually come home for about 20 minutes before I go pick up my granddaughter. So I made him something to eat, and I started feeling tired. So I was like, I'm just going to lay on the couch for a few minutes until we have to go pick her up. 20 minutes later, she's calling me on the phone. Nana, are you coming? I was like, oh my, I couldn't. I was just like out of it. So I had to call in for backup to come pick her up. And I've just been sick ever since. It's like 6:30 at night. I'm going to be going to bed soon. That's how bad I feel. So it's like I said, it's my own fault. I jinxed myself. I should have never been bragging about, I wasn't sick. I got sick about, was it a week or two ago? But I was over it just like that. It was just, it came and went, everybody else. I have friends that have been sick for like 2 weeks with whatever this crud is. So I thought that I had gotten it and I just got rid of it within, hours, like Superwoman. But no, it's back. So let's hope it's not here to stay. Um, but anyway, I wanted to talk more about, the whole unretirement thing that I was talking about this morning. And I had gone online and I was looking for, retirement advice. Man, was that ever depressing. All the channels that I listened to, it was all just basically what to do with all your money when you retire, your 401k and your stocks and your pension and, that kind of thing. There was no like, I felt like I was listening to a foreign language. It was just like nothing, I even understood or, had anything to do with my situation. So the one guy did give one good piece of advice because it was supposed to be like the 7 best pieces of advice that he could give for retirees. And the one piece of advice that he gave that was of any value was to take care of your health. Your health is your wealth at this age. And I think we all know that. It's so important because if you're going to end up going back to work, you're going to need to be in good shape because God only knows how long you're going to have to work. I do listen to, other YouTube channels of people that are also unretired. And this one lady, she worked until she was 78, which that's not even uncommon. I'm hearing from people that have worked into their 90s. But she worked up until I think she said 78. And she's living out of her van. She calls it her apartment on wheels. She's very upbeat about it. But I thought that's the stuff. Those are the people that I need to be listening to, not financial advisors, because they just deal with people that actually have money. I need to find out, I need to get some retirement options for people that don't have money. And that's apparently, nobody addresses that issue because they don't know what to do with it. And I thought, well, that's why it needs to be addressed. We need to talk about it because it's not uncommon and there's going to be more people because with the economy the way it is, and I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. We've already seen a huge influx of, people moving into their vans and their RVs and are just the homelessness, my God, in Southern California, it's it's a real problem, and I don't see that it's going to get any better. And I mean, and it's that way all across the states. It's not just here. I mean, yeah, we do have a big problem, but I've been traveling, and I've seen it everywhere. It's everywhere. And my daughter, she's a social worker, so yeah, she sees it a lot. And she said, Mom, it's not your typical homeless like it used to be. She said it's families, it's older couples, it's people that couldn't pay their rent. They're all raising their rents anymore. Rents are, it's 1,800 for a studio apartment down here. So it's gotten insane. It's just craziness. So what do they do in other countries? George, Laney, Sarah, what's going on in the UK with the homeless? I never hear anything about it over there. Do you guys deal with it like we do, or do you actually have programs? We have some programs, but I also watch YouTube videos from people that are homeless, people that had great jobs, professionals, and they just got priced out of the market. They couldn't even, live in their apartments, so they moved into their cars, and they're still there. And then they talk about the system, what they have to go through just to get into a place. It's not easy. And you also have to have transportation and a cell phone. Otherwise, you can't. And my daughter said the same thing. She's like, we can only do so much. If we can't reach you, if you don't have a cell phone, we can't get a hold of you. And if you don't have a car, you can't go to these other appointments. So, it's an issue. It's an issue. But anyway, there's going to be more and more people falling into that. And so I wanted to do some research and see there's got to be options. There has to be something other than just homelessness. um my dream, and I've talked about it before, would have been to have like a communal property, and I would have loved to take in friends. It would have been people I know, family members that are in the same position, and maybe we could, you could set up a yurt or a tiny home, or your RV or whatever. But if you had a big enough piece of property, but they've made it so you can't even do stuff like that with all the codes and regulations and stuff like that. But it was just a dream that I'd always had. I thought, wouldn't that be cool if we could do that someday? And I thought about, I would take in family members because I have, empty bedrooms, and turning the garage into an apartment, and just working together, which I think is what's going to happen. More and more people are going to just have to share expenses. There's no other alternative. And maybe, get roommates, which sounds like a huge bummer when we're older, because you know how set we are in our ways. I mean, it's hard enough for spouses to live together, but to live with somebody that you don't know, to have to share expenses. But you got to do what you got to do. And right now, that's the main options that I'm looking at. I'm looking at options where you can at least share the bills, cut down on expenses. But I would also like to find out, there's got to be other things that people can do. I don't want to see people end up out on the streets, people that, worked hard all their lives and are looking at maybe working another 10, 20 years. There's just no way of retirement. You need medical insurance, you need insurance on your cars, and you have to have a cell phone just to survive nowadays. And that's even before other living expenses and food and all that. So when I hear about people that are making it on $800 a month, we have like, I don't, it's apartments, low rent apartments for seniors. And I think they go on a sliding scale, and some people only pay like 650, but still, if you're getting 800, you're paying 650. I'm hoping that includes their utilities. What's that leave them? Maybe they can get food stamps, but if you need a car to go to your doctors, there's so many things to think about. It's just mind boggling what, I just worry about so many people, because I know so many people are going to be in this position soon, friends, people that I care about. So yeah, it's really been impressed on my heart to try and find some viable options for people. Like I said, we're fortunate because we have our home and there's two of us. So I feel like, we'll be okay. And neither one of us are looking at retiring anytime soon. At least not me. I know I'm going to be working for a while. I hope that my husband can retire in the next couple of years because he's worked a lot longer and harder than I have, and he deserves to retire. But I as long as I can work, I'm going to work because I know we'll be on a very fixed income, and I'm just not ready to adopt that lifestyle if I don't have to. If I can continue to work and make some money to do the things I want to do, then yeah. But if my health doesn't, hold up and I do have to, then I'm just going to have to learn how to live on it. Which brings me to something else I've been wanting to talk about. How long have we been talking? 10 minutes. Okay, we got time. You know how I started the 30-day no buy challenge? I started it 2 weeks ago. Haven't bought a thing. And it's been the best lesson for me because I need to start doing that to live, below my means or whatever. Now I'm learning that I can actually save that money. you know, there's been, but I had already stopped going out for coffee, and I don't go out to eat because, the diet and stuff. So I was saving money there. But I also, part of my job is, because I do crafting therapy, we buy supplies. We regularly, a couple times a week, we go in, and when I'm there, I inevitably, look for myself as well, because I'm a crafter. It's what I do. So, and all crafters will tell you we buy way more than we'll ever use. It's just the way it is, especially when we see stuff on sale. It's almost impossible not to. Well, I have not bought a thing. And also, remember I was talking about I needed to wash my car. I hadn't washed my car in a while, but I have to drive it in because I'm very short. I'm 5'2". I have an SUV. I don't have the tools to wash it. I have a hose. That's it. I don't have a scrub brush or anything. And so I need to take my car in, but it was going to cost money and I'm not spending money. Well, I haven't taken it in. I've been driving it. I dusted it off as good as I could, and I washed the windows, so it's okay. It doesn't look horrible, but yeah. So I feel like I'm doing really well. I'm very proud of myself, and I want to continue this. I'm thinking about even extending the 30 days. My grandkids won't be real happy to hear this, but I'm thinking about doing a 60-day. Who knows? I mean, I don't need anything. We just, our bills and all that. Most of the time, am I shaking my camera? It seems like it's shaking. Most of the time when I shop, it's for other people. I like to buy for my kids and grandkids and stuff. So yeah, I don't need to spend money. How's that? It's bugging me. So yeah, it's been a great lesson. I'm really proud of myself. I'm going to see how long I can keep this going, but I do miss it. Shopping for a lot of us was recreational, and that's not good. My mom used to call it retail therapy, and it's like, no, that's not good. This has become my therapy. Coming online and talking with you guys and reading the comments, this has become my therapy, and I really enjoy it. And I want to thank you guys because, the comments that you guys have given me, you have given me better information and advice than any of these other YouTube channels that I'm trying to watch, trying to get some information on retirement. Nothing. But yet you guys have left me wonderful comments. We need to collaborate because you guys, people that are actually doing it understand and know, the tips and tricks of what we can and can't do. So keep them coming. I really appreciate hearing from you guys. But anyway, yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that, that feeling you get in your head, the pressure and stuff. So I'm hoping a good night's sleep will knock it out. I've been drinking a lot of water, and I make my own crazy concoctions, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, thanks again for all the wonderful advice. So much better than any of those other people online. Don't even waste your time. If you're looking for retirement advice, I'll tell you what, unless you've already got money and you're just looking to find out what to do with your money. You know, don't waste your time. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you in the comments and in the next video. Take care, guys.